welcome back to my channel! If you're new here, my name is Madita, and I'm here again with
Michaela.
And today we are in New York City! We have a few things planned, and I thought we could take you all along again with us because we want to go to the biggest Barnes & Noble in the world. Is it Barnes & Noble?
Barnes & Noble.
And then we have a few other bookstores picked down, some cute little cafes, very it girl, very demure. Yeah, we're gonna take the underground. It's a pretty far walk, otherwise it would be like 45 minutes.
I already did that walk in heels.
Which is very challenging. We're totally city girls. Let's go to Barnes & Nobles. See you there.
And I have nothing.
Book boyfriend height. This shelf made me feel like Belle, okay? I wanted to slide on that ladder so badly, but sadly it's forbidden, which is so rude. I wanted to have my Belle moment. I wanted to pretend that this is the library that I just got gifted to by my king husband, okay? But you know what? I can pretend. I can daydream. That's fine, even if I get interrupted and then totally scared and run away. So then we decided to finally find Lauren Asher, and we had to take a mandatory selfie. Durr! That one's really cute.
I don't want to touch it because I'm eating. I know you don't have that one.
I have to get it.
Look at me.
I will get it. That's a really good decision to make. You just add it to my stack. After successfully leaving Barnes & Noble's with only a couple of books, we decided to go to this cute coffee shop, and oh my god, you have to go there. Not only is it like the prettiest coffee shop ever with all these flowers, but also the coffee is amazing. It was so good. It was delicious. I could have had another 4 cups of this coffee, but you know, I would have died probably. So we decided to go to the Strand instead. Now, this is a mixture of a secondhand and new bookstore, and it was amazing. The collection of classics in here, wow. I found so many books I wanted to buy in the store, but I limited myself to 2. But if I could, I would have bought this entire store because it was so cute in there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we finally went to the highlight. The biggest and coolest and cutest bookstore out there. The Rip Bodice! Just got back from our day of book shopping! And we have a giant haul. We really bought a lot, didn't we?
I bought 3.
I think I bought 14. Was it 14?
14.
I bought 14 books. This is good for me. A very dark day is coming up in my life, so I deserve this. First things first are all the books we got from Barnes.
First, I got In a New York Minute by Kate Spencer. I don't know what this is about. All I know is that it has New York in it, and I wanted to get a book, and then I wanted to like write in it, say like, oh, New York 2024, and then I wanted me and Maddie to sign it. So I figured that this was the perfect book for that. I'll find out what it's like, what it's about when I read it.
The love of your life could just be a subway stop away. So like, it's good that we took the subway today because we could have found him. I'll start off with this one just because I think it's so basic and I do this everywhere I go. I got a new edition of Wuthering Heights. It's very like cutesy and gothic, and then he looks like a vampire. I really like it. It's really cool. It has deckled edges. This, I feel like, shows that I'm like a collector.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Michaela forced me to buy this, so it's her fault. And then the second book I got is Forest Fall by Lyndall Clipstone. And this is the sequel to Lake's Edge, and it's also a book I bought the first time I went to California to visit Michaela. So I had to buy the sequel, and this one is signed.
I love the hearts.
No, it's actually so cute. Her signature is really nice. And this is like a gothic fantasy where it plays at a house at a lake, Lake's Edge, and she and her brother are like cursed and not liked in the city. As far as I remember, the younger brother has something and the darkness is eating him up, and then the owner of the house at the lake said, oh, I can help you, you have to come with me. It's something like that. Don't take my word for it. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, it says here, at the lake's edge I made my promise, in the forest I will fall. Sounds really good.
Okay, so the second book I bought at Barnes & Noble is Heartless Hunter. This is a romantasy, and the top says, enemies to lovers doesn't get more high stakes than a witch and a witch hunter falling in love. I'm very excited for this. I had this in my Kindle library, but I figured I would just get the physical copy. I hope I like it.
Her deadliest enemy or her greatest love. What a great quote.
So dramatic. I love
It's so good. It looks really good. And if she loves it, I'll get it as well. The next book I got from Barnes & Noble's is called The Devonports. And I don't know if you're going to see this cover because it's so shiny and gold. Is it blending you guys? It blended me, and that's why I bought it. But this is a historical romance about the Devonports, which are one of the few black families of immense wealth and status in a changing United States, where Olivia, the beautiful and eldest Devonport daughter, falls in love. And not only is it about her romance story, it's also about Helen, Amy Rose, and Ruby. So I'm guessing it's just a collection of romance stories that play in the 1910s. It says on the back here also that it offers a glimpse into a period of African American history often overlooked while delivering a total escapist, swoon-worthy read. I love a little bit of a historical romance, so this is gonna be great. Okay, and then the last book that I bought from Barnes, Michaela didn't buy any other books on Barnes, is The Dante Club, and this was on the Dark Academia table. And it says on the back here, this is kind of like a murder mystery book, and it plays in Boston in 1865. And there are apparently a bunch of murders that were inspired by scenes in Dante's Inferno. So good already, I know. And then it says here, only an elite group of America's first Dante scholars can solve the mystery.
Scholars.
Scholars? What did I say?
Schoolers.
Oh my god. Scholars. Sorry, you guys, I'm clearly not one. It says here, with the police baffled, more lives endangered, and Dante's literary future at stake, the Dante Club must shed its sheltered literary existence and find the color. Sounds so good. I mean, secret society, secret club, murder mystery. It's probably gonna be a member of this club. I will also be reading this in fall. And look at all the bullet points on here. It looks really good. Next, we went to the Strand bookstore. We should do that first. Michaela bought a really cute tote bag.
It has the green, this is like green straps, and then
It looks so good.
I love the font. It says 18 miles of books, Strand, New York City, established 1927, and then the back is
so
like
cute.
the park with some animals and all nature. I love it.
And they're all reading books. There's like a unicorn with books,
Oh, a little
bears
bear.
with books. They look
Let me
like
get
Winnie the
closer.
Pooh.
That's so
Good
cute.
job.
I'm literally obsessed with it.
It's-
I had to buy something from the Strand. I just don't have the room to buy a bunch of books.
She's lying. She definitely does. She just
I
will
have
spend-
a carry-on. I
Nope.
didn't check a bag.
She can always take another tote. That tote, for example, but she refuses. I don't
And
know
I
what's...
already have a personal item that's humongous. Humongous.
She chooses to be unhappy. I don't know how she does it. It reminds me a lot of like Secret Garden. I was just thinking about it. Like it does remind me of the Secret Garden a lot, which is really cute. I bought 2 books from the Strand. They're both secondhand, which is very nice. The first one is this one. It's The Man in the Iron Mask by Alexandre Dumas, and it's a story from The Musketeers. It's the concluding installment of Alexandre Dumas' celebrated cycle of The Three Musketeers. Well, it's a mystery story, like always, with political intrigue and cool stuff and fighting and swords and one for all and all for one. Yeah! And then the other book I got is called In the Company of the Courtesan. And on the back here it says, and it sounds really good actually, that this plays in Rome in 1527. So this book is about a girl named Fiammetta and her dwarf companion Buccino, who are headed for Venice to start a new life. And together they make the perfect partnership. The sharp-tongued, sharp-witted dwarf and his vibrant mistress, trained from birth to charm, entertain, and satisfy men who have the money to support her. Sounds great.
Get her
Sounds
bag.
amazing. Get her back. But it does say here in the front, delicious, a compelling story of love, betrayal.
Uh-oh.
It kind of sounds like the dwarf might honestly betray her, and maybe she'll die. We don't know. I thought it was gonna be a happy ending, but now with that quote, maybe it's not going to be. But I'll read it anyways.
Jesus, this one's heavy.
And then the last bookstore we went to is The Ripped Bodice! And everyone recommended this bookstore to us. It's a romance bookstore in Brooklyn, and it was so cute. Oh my god, it was so pretty. I could have spent all day in there. They played such amazing music in the store. We had Taylor Swift, Gracie, Chappell Roan. It was great. It was amazing. I loved it. We were dancing and singing and looking at a lot of books. And Michaela was reorganizing shelves like always.
I was. The series were out of order, and I couldn't live with myself.
But yeah, we bought a lot of books there. Well, I bought a lot of books there. Michaela bought 1. So I'll hand you the make.
So this just got re-released with Bloom, so I got a photo finish by Elsie Silver. I have the first book, Off to the Races. I've read those 2, but I haven't finished this series, but I'm really excited to. It's the same, small town cowboy vibes. What can I say? What can I say?
She has a type.
I wanted to just at least get one book from the Rib Bodice in New York. I couldn't leave the store without getting something. So this just felt like a safe bet, and I have a lot of romance books on my shelves, so there weren't many options.
I was trying to convince her to buy some other books, but no, I was ignored, neglected, and betrayed, but you know, that always happens.
Maddie already has 2 books for me that she brought from Germany, so I already have 5 books that I need to pack.
I brought a copy of Once Upon a Broken Heart and another copy of Redeemed, shockingly. I got a few books at the Rib Bodice.
A few?
Yes, this is what I call a few. A lot would be like 20. I didn't even get double digits at this store. So, first things first, I got this book called Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, and it's a sapphic historical romance, and the cover is so pretty. I'm pretty sure that the cover is inspired by the dresses by Victor and Rolf, because
Those
you remember?
are really stunning dresses.
Yeah, like look at this. That's absolutely gorgeous, okay? As the title already says, you can kind of guess what this book is about. But on the back it says here that in 1857, an anxious debutante Beth has just one season to snag a wealthy husband, or she and her mother will be out on the street. Beth is very much like Francesca personality-wise. She's anxious, she doesn't want to be there. And this is her last season to snag a wealthy husband, which is very much more like Penelope Featherington. Gwen is very much like Eloise. She doesn't want a husband. She doesn't want to do this stuff. She has plenty of own security as the only daughter of a rakish earl. So that's the vibe of the characters. Now let's go to the plot line. It doesn't take long for Gwen to hatch her latest scheme. Rather than surrender Beth to courtship, they should set up Gwen's father and Beth's newly widowed mother. Is this a stepsister romance?
Oh my gosh!
And then at the same time, Beth finds a suitable husband, and Gwen gets super jealous of that, and they are kind of figuring out that they might be lesbians.
Into each other.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it says at the bottom, that's the trouble with matchmaking. Sometimes you can accidentally fall in love with your best friend in the process. That sounds so good!
And it's a Taylor Swift lyric.
Oh my god, it is. I'm so excited for this.
I want you like a best friend.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize. That sounds so good. I'm so excited.
This dress so you can
Oh my god, you're so right. That fits so well. Genius. Genius. The next book I then got is the sequel to Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, and it's called This Could Be Us. And it's not the sequel as in it's with the same characters, but it is the best friend of the main character in the first book, and it's her story.
It's double single parent. It's single dad and single mom.
I'm so excited. Wasn't Soledad the one with like a toxic
hate her husband.
We hate her husband, right?
We
Yeah.
hate her husband.
Yeah. And then she apparently meets then this other guy, and that guy is called Judah Cross, and he's also a single dad. And they're about to be a great big patchwork family, and I'm excited. From the ashes of a life burned to the ground, something bold and new can rise. That is a great quote.
We love you, Kennedy.
Yeah, we do. So now let's read the dedication. To those of us who never quite fit into the spaces they made for us. Maybe we find our people, maybe we make our way, maybe we find our home. That's so sweet and sad. Don't do this to me.
Another lyric. This could be us. So back to what I was saying.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh,
This
that's
could be
hilarious.
us, would you play it? How can an ambulance drive in this? Oh, look, it's right there.
Oh yeah.
They move so slow. Like, there's no way these... The wait time for an ambulance is probably an hour.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, wait, that's a fire truck.
So these are books written by Hannah Bonham Young. If you don't know who she is, you're living under a rock, and you should know who she is. She wrote Out on a Limb, which we buddy read and we loved, okay?
So good!
So good. So obviously I had to buy the other books by that author. So we have Next to You and Next of Kin. Now I don't know what either of these are about. Not gonna lie, just bought it because of the author.
Next
I'll let her explain them.
Okay, so this is me just running purely off of memory from the last time I looked at it. They both adopt their younger siblings, but also with CPS, they decide that they're going to be together and kind of fake date. I don't know if it's fake engaged or fake married,
It's
but
probably fake married.
because they're both together and it's like a married household or like a combined household, they can adopt their
Yeah.
siblings. But like just as a single parent, they can't do it themselves.
And yeah, in this book then they start figuring out how to live together as a 4-people family. And I'm guessing romantic feelings develop. And I'm guessing it's gonna be sad. Lots of Lots of hopefully cute scenes and maybe some nerdy stuff because she's pretty good at writing nerdy stuff. And next is Next to You.
She decides to renovate a school bus, and he is her very close best friend, and he's all into like carpentry, all of the handyman stuff. So she's like, can you please help me?
It's like kind of a workplace romance, I guess, with some forced proximity and maybe some one bed trope because maybe there's a storm one day and he has to sleep over and they have to share the bed. Then we have, this is kind of funny. So this is yet again Michaela's fault.
I will take responsibility for this one.
I bought a second copy of Wuthering Heights because this cover is yet again absolutely beautiful. So now I don't even know how many editions I have. I think like 10. This one's very heavy actually, but it's adorable. It's so pretty. Yet again, the tree. Her name is kind of hidden in the branches.
So
it's so nice. Wow.
Do you think there's art in it?
No.
No.
It would
it's
degrade
so
me
cool.
to marry Heathcliff now, so he shall never know how I love him. And that not because he's handsome, Nelly, but because he's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. And Lyndon's as different as mine. I have not broken your heart. You have broken it. And in breaking it, you have broken mine. Yes! This book is so good, you guys.
I
You
need to
have
read it.
It's so amazing.
Aren't you glad I told you to buy it?
Definitely. My bank account was not though. And then the next book I have here is called Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Bellfleur. I have read Written in the Stars by this author and I really liked it. It's a grumpy sunshine sapphic romance story where they're both set up on the first date. I don't remember which one of them, but I think it was Darcy, who's a very much a workaholic. She doesn't have time for a relationship in her life, but it's really good. I really liked it. And this is in the same universe. Margot doesn't do relationships. She has never had a lot of luck in it. She just wants to do hookups. But now all her friends are getting married and finding the one, and she feels kind of like the fifth wheel, and she hates that. And while her friends are looking at a wedding venue, she actually finds Olivia. Now guess who Olivia is? Olivia is her childhood best friend, her first love, and her first everything. And they haven't talked in years. But now Margot's cold heart starts beating again. And maybe an old love is rekindled. There's probably gonna be a lot of tears in this book, but I'm so excited. And then we have, this is I think the only thriller I bought on this trip so far, and it's called A Study in Scarlet Woman. And oh my God, I can't read. Basically what happens is 3 people are mysteriously murdered in London, and somehow her sister and her dad are like the top suspects of this murder case, and she's trying to clear her family name, so she decides to investigate. But she doesn't investigate under the names Charlotte Holmes. She has her fake name, and that's Sherlock Holmes. Oh! So in this universe, Sherlock Holmes isn't even real. It's her. It's her hidden identity, which is just so cool. And under her fake name, she's now trying to figure out who actually committed these murders, and she's trying to solve them. So that's actually really good. I'm really excited about this. I'm hoping it comes out in the end that she's a woman and everyone's gonna be like, oh, it was a lady?
La gasp.
And it also says here, an unseen mastermind. So Taylor Swift might be the culprit and the top suspect. And then last but not least, we have a fantasy book. And I thought I'd end with this one just because I've actually been looking at this book for, I think, the past 2 years and I never bought it. I saw it when I visited Michaela first in the US. I saw it in Seattle. I saw it just this year when I visited for her graduation. I'm constantly seeing this book. But when I saw it at the Rip Bodice, I thought, okay, how is this of all fantasy books at this romance store? I feel like this is destiny and now I have to buy it. And that is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. And I think the cover just screams, I don't know, high fantasy series with lots of cool characters.
Dragons.
And dragons. You're so right. You're so right! This book is about Agnieszka and she lives in a tiny village near a forest. Now this forest is not just a normal forest. It's magical and dark. And it apparently has very dark powers that could kill everyone living in that village. So they're under the protection of this wizard called the Dragon. But obviously the dragon, this wizard, doesn't just protect these people for nothing at all. Out of his kindness, he wants a terrible price. And that's apparently that every 10 years, one young woman out of the village has to be handed over to serve him without question. So we all know who is gonna be chosen. Our bestie Agni! Yeah, she'll probably have to serve this wizard. Either this is not gonna be a cool romance, or she's gonna kill the wizard and defeat him and then rule this kingdom. We don't know, but I'm excited for it. It sounds really good. This book was released in 2015, so it's pretty old. Well, it's not old, it's 10 years old, so I hope I really like this. Yay! And that was the last book we bought on this trip so far. And also our giant book haul. What do you rate today?
10 out of 10.
We walked a lot. We saw a lot of things. I feel like we saw Brooklyn. We saw downtown. We saw Manhattan. I don't know if downtown and Manhattan are the same thing or not. I don't know if I will come back on this vacation to the bookstores. I don't know if I have enough space and money to buy more books, but we'll see about that. You never know with me. Book buying bans are meant to be broken. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching today's little bookstore vlog. I don't know how long this is going to be, but however long it is, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can put a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of our content and other videos, you can subscribe. Definitely check out Michaela's Instagram. She posts book content on there as well. And her reviews are actually a lot of fun. And she has a good taste in romance books. So you should check it out. I hope you all have a great day, even nighttime, morning, whatever time it's in. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Go read a book. I think you should read any of the books that we bought today if you have them on your shelf, because it is your destiny. It is chosen. You are the chosen one. You're Katniss Everdeen. You are Harry Potter. You are all the main characters in every book that has ever been released. Yes. Thanks again so much for watching this video. Have a great day. Happy reading, and I will see you all next time for the New York vlog.